Hello everyone, this is my project for CS 420 and it is called the Warframe Platinum Efficiency Calculator, and what this does is it is for a game I play called Warframe, and there are these syndicates in the game that you can buy items from, and I want to figure out how to make the most money off of that in game, and I can sell them to other players to make the most money. So this is the main home screen. It'll show the six main syndicates. It'll show all their items that they're selling. It'll show their best profit item, their most volume, and the most efficient. And if you click on them, it will take you to the market, the third-party market, and it'll show that item. So for example, for Arbiters of Hexes, the most efficient item is the Gilded Truth. And you can see it's going for around, 10 to 13 platinum. And I get this data by scraping this website right here called Warframe Market. And I'm taking the current day and the previous day, and I'm doing a weighted average between those. You can see it's a pretty steady line of 10. So that's what we should assume this price is about 10 platinum. And if we click on the syndicate, it will load the full list of items. And there's an interactable table, so you can sort by item name, sort by item type, standing, volume, average price. And these filters also get saved in the URL, so you can save these and come back to them later. You can also filter any items. So say if we want to look up truth, we can see all the different truth mods. And up at the top, it will show you the time that it was updated at. So this was updated at 6:20, so about 5 minutes ago. And we're scraping the Warframe Market website every 4 hours for up-to-date data. So that's the main features of the app. There's also the API page, which shows the different open API docs for the application. So for this is the API vendors, which will return the most efficient, most profitable, most volume item. And you can see what an item is, what a vendor is. This is the JSON data for it. So if we go all the way back, that's what we're getting right here. There's also an about page because I want to publish this, and I currently have it published on my website right here. And I use it, and I hope other people use it. And the home screen, that's just the main application. There's also, for mobile support, it's responsive. So if I keep it at this size, it shows that it will work on mobile. And I made sure that these are the in-game colors of each syndicate. I made sure that they have good contrast ratios for any usability. I made sure that all the images have they have the respective tags you need for screen readers, and these are all buttons to make sure that people know that they can interact with them. So that's it for the main application. There's not too many interactive features about the application, but the main point of it was to take, to take a bunch of data and to aggregate it in a way that is actually useful. So you can see in the code, this is the backend library, and it's just a calculator, and you can load get vendors. And what this does is it does a market service. Oh, not the market service. The market API, and you can see that we are scraping the API of Warframe Market, and we're getting each item and the statistics, and we can see that in the 90 days we're getting the first entry and the second entry, which would be yesterday. We're doing a weighted average right here, and then what we're also doing is for the vendor, this is my most efficient algorithm, which is just taking the price and multiplying it by the natural log of 1 plus volume, which is to try and punish lower volumes, because we don't want to sell something that is only getting sold twice per day, but we don't want to overly benefit an item that's, if an item's getting sold 30 times a day, is there that much of a difference between 40 times a day? Not really, but we do want to punish items that aren't selling. And we're normalizing it by dividing it by the maximum volume. So this will mean that it should be 0 to 1, so the max volume will be considered the 1 value to try and make them even across different syndicates. And then we're taking that and we're all dividing it by standing cost, because each item, as you can see, it costs different amount of standing, and we don't want to say, oh, this is the best item because it's 27 platinum, but it costs 5 times as much as this item. So that's not efficient. So that is what we're doing right here, is we're just taking all the different items and we're computing them, and then that's just the back end. That's not even the back, that's the library that I wrote. And then the front end has its own server that is just calling this library. It's calling the scraper, it's loading the vendors, and then it is starting the vendor updates every 4 hours, or it's running the update from the library. And then it is serving it to the Svelte application right here, which is just a Svelte single page application, which I'm building with Vite. And then I am loading it with the embedded library right here. And if I restart it, you can see that its version is the dev version, what the port is, and it's loading each of the syndicates and each of the items. And if we go back to the home page, you can see that it's currently updating now, and you can see that some of the items start to fill in right here if I refresh. In the future, I might want to add a like a live TCP connection, so when it's updating, it can update each item individually, which could be a good feature. But it's a pretty modular design. Yeah, you can see it's starting to fill in these items right here. It's pretty modular. I can add in the other syndicates in the future. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not too many interactable features in the front end, but the main idea is to just take all this data that I have and to put it in a way to aggregate the data and calculate different aspects of the data in a way that is actually useful, because I use this application pretty much every time I play the game. I know my friends use it, and yeah, it makes me pretty happy that I made a tool that I actually use, and I'll continue to use it. So yeah, that is my project. Thank you for watching.